But I'll tell you, I mentioned it got 3,000 likes on Twitter. That's because everybody loves me on Twitter, Brian, because I've been trending again. I was trending, I'll have you know, yesterday evening while I believe I was outside with Harley Quinn giving her a vigorous belly rub and awaiting the start of Svengoolie. And I was trending on Twitter and didn't even know it. But that's because I'm Trendy McTrenderson and people just love me and can't stop talking about me. And I know you know, but maybe some of the folks don't know. This time I trended on Twitter because when you and I had a discussion, Brian, here real recently, as it a couple days ago, about how stupid it was for Tony Khan to present Swerve Strickland, his brand new world champion, the fucking supposed top guy in the company, not only present that title as subordinate to the New Japan Pro Wrestling IWGP URSE title and John Moxley, and not give Swerve a promo and not give Swerve any kind of... Willow had a celebration here lately, but Swerve didn't. And not only that, but he went out there and it took him 15 or 20 minutes to beat a human Q-tip and old Kyle Felcher. I said, Kyle may be a wonderful young man and he can do all the moves, but you could teach Mighty Joe Young or Cheetah to do the wrestling moves. But that doesn't mean that they need to be doing them against your world champion. Why the fuck is Tony Khan not treating Swerve Strickland any better? And when our clip went out on YouTube, Travis Heckel did another brilliant piece of art. He should be hanging in the Louvre on a daily basis. That's what everybody says about Travis. Actually, I think they're talking about his art, but that's the way they say it. Nevertheless, he depicted old Kyle Felcher as a Q-tip and me as Mighty Joe Young and Swerve Strickland as, I know this is a stretch, Swerve Strickland. And people saw the artwork and, oh my God, Cornette's so racist. Cornette is a racist. Proves Cornette, he's got to be canceled. He's got to be run out of... One person said Jim Cornette should be escorted out of the wrestling community forever.
Let's go, buddy. You're out of here.
Let's go. Enough. I suggest that person that said that on Twitter, come on over. My garage door is always open to you. If you can hike 200 feet up the driveway and smile and say hello to the cameras that are hooked up to Stacy's phone and hop the fence before you do that and blah, blah, blah. But come on up and escort me out of the wrestling community. The wrestling community. If there is a wrestling community, Turd Blossom, you ain't in it either. So nevertheless, because I was the gorilla, I'm racist. Because I said, why does Tony Khan want to treat Swerve Strickland that way? I'm obviously a racist. Because Kyle Felcher looks like a Q-tip. I don't know what... I think any race can stick a Q-tip in their ear or up their nose or wherever orifice they need a quick clean out. So maybe he's neutral. But, so with these fucking... They trend us on Twitter for making me look silly in our artwork. And again, yeah, Cornette should have known better. Yeah, because I'm sitting here drawing all these goddamn things in my spare time, dipshit. And by the way, again, bravo, Travis. You're a prince among men.
We haven't really talked about that much, but you see, Jim was such a fan of Jerry Lawler that he learned how to draw.
Yeah.
And he's been the one secretly, Travis Heckel's a made-up name. It's not a real thing. He is Travis Heckel.
I am Heckel. I am Heckel and you are Heckel and we are all heckling together. But do these people exist in the same world of reality that the rest of us do, that they just lose their fucking minds? Again, folks, I remind you, there are serious issues that You could use some of this energy. There are wars going on in the world. There are hungry children and abused animals. A goddamn criminal pig could be elected president again. And your minds are blowing up on your Twitter machines where you're actually able to say things to people and about people without repercussions because they drew a picture of me as a gorilla in the same fucking frame as the black man that I was advocating for, as Paul Heyman says, to be presented in a better light. I got news for all of you. Take my penis in your mouth and suck it. But in a non-coercive way.
Yeah, that makes it better. Yeah, it makes it better.
There's no coercion at all. I'm just telling you, do this. I'm not going to make you physically. You can slink on off with your tail between your legs, but if you remain here, you need to take my penis in your mouth and suck it.
You can all stay away from my penis, for the record.
Well, they don't want to break normal tradition, Brian. People have been doing that for years. So,
it's crazy. Now, there are certainly people that are predisposed to not liking you because you make fun of their favorite wrestlers and succeed and haven't failed.
And to be fair, if I met these people that you mentioned and knew them personally, I would be making fun of them too. So there's that. They know that. So they can kind of assume that, well, Cornette would rip the shit out of me if he ever fucking saw the state of me. So I probably wouldn't like him anyway.
But let's just say this. And again, you don't draw the art. You simply talked about the content that led to the art. Travis bases every piece of art off things that Jim says. Usually there's something you have to listen deep into the clip to realize what exactly is referenced in the art.
It's part of the fun. But the key words where you have to listen to it.
Right. And in this artwork, Swerve Strickland's portrayed as, why am I with these two idiots? And as in all the arts, Travis is portraying Jim Cornette in a fun, silly manner. He mentioned Mighty Joe Young. He's Mighty Joe Young.
But these people don't like fun, Brian, unless it's silly, stupid wrestling done by children. Otherwise, fun is outlawed.
But let me just say this too. Race had nothing to do with the clip in question. Race had nothing to do with the artwork. At no point did any of us think it did. And if you looked at this and your first thought was that's racist because Jim Cornette, who last I checked was notoriously white, is portrayed as
infamously
Mighty Joe Young. If you saw that and said there's a race issue there because he's portrayed as an animal, a gorilla, maybe you have the problem with race, not everyone else. There's a lot of people want to point fingers at everyone for everything. This is this is that. This had nothing to do with any of that. Race never came into any of this. And then all of a sudden people want to yell about this artwork.
It doesn't matter because it makes them mad and I love it. Because here's the thing, you little fucking dipshits. Anybody that gets mad about that, again, you can fuck off or blow me. It's your choice, but you can't cancel me because I don't work for anyone. I don't care whether anybody listens to this fucking show or not, to be honest with you. To be quite perfectly honest with you, I love the people that love me, but I'd a whole lot rather right now be out in the backyard rubbing Harley Quinn's belly. So we do our own thing, Brian. People have the choice of whether to listen. If they don't want to listen, they don't have to. But you can't fire me because I don't quit. As long as I don't quit, I can just do this whenever the fuck I want to, and we don't have to make anybody fucking happy. Except the people who are listening to us in record numbers, because we don't put up with bullshit like this, and we don't apologize for silly ass shit that other people make up, and we're not lobbying for a job, so we don't have to tell people that this goddamn fiasco of a fucking Chinese fire drill that you see on these wrestling programs actually makes any goddamn sense. We don't have to say that because we don't care whether they don't like us or not.
I'm lobbying for a job, for the record.
Well, and you're going to get one in the fucking lobby of the theater, tearing those tickets and showing people their seat.
I'd like to run Channel 9 or Channel 11 in New York and revitalize things.
You could add them up and make channel 20.
It's not bad.
See there, already the marketing is, but that's the point. Is if I cancel all you want, because we don't do this on purpose to shock people. We're not even doing this to make fucking money on purpose. That just accidentally happened. We're doing this because this is what we decided we were going to do. And everybody that can't take a little goddamn honesty along with their entertainment amuses me. For fuck's sake, you're so used to people being mealy-mouthed and beating around the bush and trying not to fucking call shit shite that they just don't know what to think. We're still talking about bad wrestling poorly done, or the occasional good wrestling done well. But I don't think there's could we be like Blassie, Brian? When he first went to Japan, got on TV, the people couldn't handle it. They had 3 or 4 heart attacks. Can we give somebody a brain aneurysm on Twitter?
That's probably not a good idea for, not all promotion is good promotion.
I don't know. I think if this person from Piss on fucking Donald in England, Stratford-on-Avon, Piss on Donald, that ought to be a place.
There's just a lot of ignorant people. He had
a fucking aneurysm because of something he read on Twitter and dropped dead there straight away with blood coming out of his nose.
There's just ignorant people out there. There are people who just want a reason to not like you. There are people who I don't need to listen to it to know it's racist.
Yeah. Well, it's obvious we don't need to listen to that because you might learn something. Ridiculous. Heaven knows you don't want to learn anything.
I'll tell you, there's too many people wagging their fingers and too many people who are, allegedly all the way on the left who are pushing a lot of people far away.
I think we ought to keep everybody's finger firmly in the middle.
Stick it up your ass. That's what I say.
Yeah, well, that's generally in the middle. Where is yours located? Mine's in the middle.
That's the middle.
That's right there in the middle.